So welcome back. And now we are going to look at how to download Git and also how to set up a GitHub account. So we will download Git from we just go to Google and search for Git. When you search for Git, this is the logo that you're supposed to look for. Click on Git, and now here, one step back. So I said you start by clicking on that, and then we are looking at downloading Git. So you can see we have download for Linux. I'll open this one on a different tab, and then download for Windows. So we start by looking at downloading for Windows. So you will download a version that is in line with your version of Windows, the version of Windows that you are running. If your machine is 32-bit or 64-bit, you choose whichever is appropriate. Mine is 64-bit, so I downloaded this. So to download, you just click on it, and then you can save it somewhere that is easy to find it. So it's downloading. And then we can also look at the one for Linux. Now for Linux, we will run commands. There are different commands here that you are supposed to use. If you are downloading again, you will choose whichever aligns with your version or the distro that you are running. If it's Debian or Ubuntu, you'll use this. If it's Fedora, these are the commands. If it's Gentoo, Arch Linux, whichever it is, you'll use the commands that have been given. So we first of all start by looking at how to download it on and install it on Windows. So once this file has downloaded, the next step is just to install it, and you install by clicking on it, and then here it is. So it will ask you if you'd like to install it. Of course, you have to accept the terms and then click next, next, next up to the end. I'm not going to do that because I already have it installed in this machine. So I'll just show you how it looks like so that you will be able to see it. So as I've just told you, you'll just click next, next, next till the end and then finish, and you'll have it installed. So let me open one that is already installed. That's Git bash. The terminal for Git is Git bash. So you can have it as a standalone Git bash, or you can have it integrated into your IDE, any IDE integrated development environment that you'd like to use. For instance, if you're using VS Code such as myself, you can have Git bash incorporated within your terminal so that you now run it in the VS Code. So we will be doing, I'll be taking you through the same process also of installing VS Code, and then I'll show you how to access this terminal and use it. But here it is. So you can run basic commands like pwd. Pwd is present working directory, just to check the directory that you are at. You see I'm at PC, which is a path C user PC. So I can do ls. ls is a list command to list the directories that are actually within that, to list the directories and the folders that are within that directory called PC. If I want to change my directory, say I want to go back to user, or I want to go forward to desktop, you see desktop is listed here as one of the directories. So I can simply do cd desk tab top and then enter. So I have cd'd into desktop, so the present working directory is desktop. I am in the desktop directory, and I can ls on it, and you can easily see the files that are there. There are so many, and then I can clear my screen like that. Then I can cd dot dot to go back, and then I am back to my root. So these are just basic commands that you can use to navigate within your terminal. Now, when we are talking about GitHub, when you're talking about Git and GitHub and how now to use this one for our project, we will do that in a minute. Now, let me just show you how to set up your GitHub account, and I'm going to set up a brand new GitHub account. Just for this purpose. Let me open a new private window and bring it here. So we are going to GitHub, although I'll not go all the way. Because I don't want to set it up. I just want to show you the process, but I'll not go all the way. I already have a GitHub account. So I'll just walk you through up to the place where they want us to go in, but I'll not do that. So let's see. So this is GitHub. This is the logo. GitHub, let's build from here. You click on this, and then you'll see it will ask for your email address. So I'm going to give them my email address. I can use that because this email is not registered to GitHub as yet. So as you can see, welcome to GitHub, let's begin the adventure. So I've given them my email, gig@gmail.com, continue. So I can create a password. I'm going to use this one. Then I can continue. So my username, I can give dev254 and then say continue. Okay, I don't want to receive this, so continue. Verify your account. You see, so verify your account. Now to verify my account, let's see let's see what they'll ask us for. Let us see what they'll ask us for. Give it a minute. In the meantime, let me log into that email. Okay. So let's sign in. Let me pick my email. Let me pick my password. So we say create account. Let's see what will happen. I don't mind it going all the way to create an account. If it creates an account, well and good. Unable to verify your captcha response, please visit Okay. So there was a problem with the password that I had chosen. So let's see, what do we have here? Don't have anything from GitHub as yet. So give it a second, let it continue to clear the account. So as this continues, we can check out the process for downloading Linux in Ubuntu. I have Ubuntu. Now there is something that you can use, Windows Subsystem for Linux, WSL. You can download it and install it to your Windows PC and then use it to access a Linux environment within your Windows PC. I like doing all my coding work in Linux, so my machine is dual boot, but sometimes when I don't want to boot with Linux, I just boot it with Windows and then I use WSL. So with WSL, this is the terminal that you're given to use. And now this being our terminal, we can then do everything here. Give it a sec. It is similar to git bash. So here we can clear, and then we can come, and the very first command that you always run is sudo apt update, just to update your system. I'll enter my password. So this is updating the system, as you can see. In the meantime, let me just copy this. That's the command for installing. Give it a minute to finish. Good. Then we can clear. Then there we go. I need to check and make sure that I have the right command. I think I'll use sudo. Oh, I've seen the problem. I think I did it twice. Let's try that. So as you can see, they are telling me that Git is already the newest version, but this is the command that you use, sudo apt-get install Git. So this is what you use to install in your Linux environment. So now that that is already there, maybe we can run the basic commands similar to the ones that we had done in the other environment. Clear that, then do present working directory. You see we are in the directory called part. We can ls to see these are the files that are in that directory. We can cd into, let's say, dev as a folder. I believe that's a folder. We are in the dev directory. We can ls to see the content. That is the content. We can cd ... to go back one step. We are out of the dev repository, and so that is just how you navigate around that. Now that was all about how to install Git. Now let's see if we have finished with install with the configuring our environment. Let me see, create account. I hope it accepts. Welcome to GitHub. Okay, unable to create. I think it's unable to create because I already have an account. So let's come here and do GitHub. Let's see. I might be having an account already connected here. So what we'll do as an alternative? Well, what we'll do as an alternative, I'll just log into my main GitHub account and show you how it looks like, and maybe show you how to do a few things. So why is it bringing me back here? Okay, so this is me, this is my account, this is my GitHub account. Give it a second. This is my GitHub account. So this is me. So my repositories, I have a couple of repositories because I'm doing a couple of courses. So these are just some of the repos that I have. So all of these repositories are just some of the repositories that I have. And I want to show you how to clone a repository. I think that is important. So let us start with cloning a repository, and we will clone it both in the Git Bash environment and also in the WSL environment. So we can start by say, let me, what do I pick? Okay, let me pick this, HNG. So I'll pick HNG, and then I'll come here to the code and copy this. Just press on that, copy that. So once you have logged into your actually that's not what I'll do. I'll go back a step. Let me show you the best thing to do. So what I will do, I will create a new repository. I'll create a brand new repository, and then we will work with that. So we are doing a new repository, so you tap on the new, and then you come here and write Git and GitHub. So that's the name, Git and GitHub 254. Let me have that so that it's unique. I don't want to have any problems. Click on add readme, a readme file, and then you create the repository. So you do this one within your account. Now this is the repository that we have, and you can see we have a readme file with just the name of the repository. Now we can come to code and then copy this code and then come to our two environments. Let's start with Git Bash. So you'll come and type git clone. That is the command that you use to clone a repository. I think I've not copied it. Let's go back and make sure that we copy it. That is copied. So let's come back and paste it here. You see, it's https github.com, my username, then the name of the repository.git. So this is the repository that you want to clone. So we enter and see it is cloning into that, and it has finished cloning. So when you do ls, you'll see that repository. We've called it Git and GitHub 254. It's here. So we can cd into Git, and because there's no other repository with that name, you just press the tab to autocomplete and enter. Then when you ls, you'll see the readme file that we created. Remember, it has also been pulled to this area. So I want us to create a file and then send it and see if it will go to our repository. So we will create an index. We will touch. Touch is a command used to create an empty file. So we'll touch index.html, enter. When we ls, you can see we have those two. We will touch another one and call it script.c. Wait a minute, not script. I want to make a txt file. So we will do we can do todo.txt ls. You see we have those three files, readme, index, html, and todo. And then we can do one more. Maybe let us do a css file. So we say we can say touch style.css, and also do touch script.js ls. There, all the files are there. Now this is what we refer to as working in our local environment. Now we want to see if we can push this into our repository. So what we will do is that we'll come and do a git status to see the files that have not been staged, and here they are marked in red. Index.html, these are files that can be added to our repositories. So we do git add, and because I want to add all of them, I'll do git add dot, and then I'll come and do git commit -m double quote. Within the double quote I put in a commit message and say new files created, and enter, and there they are, they've been listed. And now I do a git push. See what happens when you do a git push. Give it a minute. Okay, so this one wants me to sign into my GitHub. Okay, so I'll sign in with the browser. Give it a minute. Give it a minute. It's saying that cannot be reached. Okay, let's come back to it and see what's happening. It's been done. It's been done. It has already been pushed. So this is done. So we can come to our repo, refresh it, and see if the commits have come in. And here they are. You see? Here they are, all of them, just 1 minute ago. So we have managed to create a repository within GitHub, did a git clone to get that repository to our local environment, and then we've done a git push. Okay, then we've done a git pull, a git add, a git commit, and a git push. And now here we have all the files sent into our GitHub. Now next, let us try the same steps doing it on Linux. So on Linux we will come and do an ls, and then let's try and do a git pull and see what will happen, because this is already connected to my GitHub account. I expect it to pull the new repository that is not here. So let's see if it will pull. First of all, you can see we don't have the git and git pull 254 here among my repositories. Let's see if git pull will get us what we need. So cd, let me cd into one of these. So I will cd to dev. Let me cd to dev. Enter. So then I try doing git pull from here. Enter. Okay. So cd dot. Let's go the old-fashioned way and just clone this repo as is first. I think I understand what is happening. So let's see. So we clear first, and then we do a git clone remember, then we https github.com username, the name of the repo, enter. There we are cloning it, clone, there we are, and we are in. So when you do an ls here, you can see here is our repository, and you can now cd into it, git, and then when you ls all the files that we had, readme.md, index.html, script.js, style.css, and todo.txt, all of them are here. So maybe we can now come and add 2 more files. Maybe we can do a test.py, okay, touch test.py, and enter. And then we can also touch, let us touch another file. What can we touch? We can touch story.txt. Yes, so those are 2 files. Then when you ls, you'll now be able to see the 2 files that you just created, story.txt and test.py. Then now we want to commit that change. We will do a git add dot, then git commit -m, our messages added 2 files, then you say git push. Okay, that's what I was trying to avoid. That's what I was trying to avoid. Now to avoid that, because sometimes you get that, you know, GitHub took away that requirement where you will need to use a password, and now you use a personal token. I'll give you a link on how to create a personal token, but for now I'm just going to pick my personal token and use it within what we have there and see what we see. So back to desktop. Let me just get my personal token real quick. So we come into the DevSecOps and we look at the personal token. So for the personal token, I have it. So give me a second, I just need to make a few things here. That is copied. So I'll show you something in a minute. So we are going to rerun the clone. For now I'll do cd dot. Then I'll do remove -r. This is the command for removing that repository. Remove write protected, remove it, cannot remove, directory is not empty. 1 second, how to remove an empty directory is a command that you use. I thought that we use an -r, but let's see. command to remove I hope you guys use ChatGPT. It's a very good tool for research. So command to remove a non-empty repository Linux. So the command is okay. So let's see. Control C, and then we redo. So we'll just add frm-rf, enter, ls. It's removed. Awesome. So we can now redo the git clone. So we clone it right now, and now as you can see here, we have added, this is my personal token, and then at GitHub, blah blah blah, all the way to the end, and then enter. See what happens. It's cloned. ls, we have lost the files that we did not save, so we will just have to redo. Let's go to git, there you go, ls. You can see those files are not there, the story.txt and the other one, which ones were they? There was story.txt and test.py. So we can touch story.py, and we can also touch test.txt. I've inverted the extensions, but it's still okay. ls, they are there, all of them are down there. That's okay. Then we can now commit them. Git add dot git commit -m added to files, enter. Then now when we do a git push, let's see what it will do. Pushed. Excellent. So we have the two files pushed. If you come here and refresh, you'll be able to see the files. Here is our story.py and our test.txt. It has been pushed into the repository, so we are okay. So that is how you do it. And now if we come back to our Linux environment, to our Windows environment, and ls, you'll discover that you don't have those two files. You don't have the story.py and test.txt. So we can do a git pull to have them here. See what happens. It has been pulled, and this is the explanation. You can see story.py and test.txt have been pulled. Now when you ls, you can see them there. So that was just a basic introduction of how to work with Linux and how to work with Windows when you have Git installed in either of them, and also how to push your files and folders to GitHub and how to pull from GitHub. I hope that has been insightful. I hope you've learned something. In case of any questions, don't worry. Feel free to reach out, ask. In case you get stuck anywhere, we are here to help you and make sure that you understand the things that you are doing, because this is a very, very important tool that you will use all through this project. So it's very important that you gain that good understanding of how to work with it. So until the next time, it's goodbye for now.